Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another round of Footmate League here in Season 24. And with 2 race wins in the first 2 rounds, it's going to be then Figueroa who leads the championship with 61 points, and then we see Ozzy being just 10 points behind as he also managed to finish in second place in his first 2 races, and then we see Fatmi also just 10 points behind the Polish driver, and then we see very close gaps down to Ludwig there in P7. Then looking at the team standings, we got 1x2 continuing to dominate with 2-1-2 finishes in these first 2 rounds, and we then see LSA isolated in second place as well as Full Force isolated in third. And then in the meantime we got a huge battle still for P4. We see between RMC in P4 and Ricard Auto in P7. It's just different of one single point, so yeah, 4 teams separated by just a single point. It is absolutely crazy. We also see Stargold not being all that far behind Ricard Auto there, being then just 8 points behind. Located in the north region of Madrid, this is then the circuit of Jarama. It is a track that has 14 corners, and it is a track that has been sort of disappearing from the world scene pretty much, as it mostly hosts domestic competitions in both touring cars and also motorcycle racing. And yeah, it is a bit of a different layout here, as it is mostly straight and hairpin, so it is interesting for racing days for sure. We should expect to see a lot of huge gaps forming in today's race, and we could also see a lot of chaos as the amount of hairpins. This means there's more chances of someone trying to go for a dive bomb up the inside and actually cause an incident there. So it is one of those tracks that the drivers will be trying to avoid the incidents, and they also need to avoid getting screwed up by the rain, because this is then the first race in this season where we're gonna have then 25% of rain, and we already know what that can potentially cause. And so yeah, without any further ado, let's get ourselves then into the qualifying session. Alright, so we find ourselves then here in qualifying, and this time around things will be different. Firstly, because this time around I'm actually joined by Flix. Hello Flix.
Hello.
And another big change here, at least for qualifying, is that now we can actually see the sectors, which is absolutely amazing. And it changes quite a lot. Now we can see if someone is improving or not, and that really does add to the tension, not just for the commentators but also for the drivers, because they can see that themselves. Like here, if they see that they're not improving, that could add to the stress, or if they suddenly see themselves with the purple sector, that can really make things very exciting. As right now, as you can see already, Ozzy looking really good with the green sector and purple sector there. Yoha really did do all that well, but now here we go then Figo on provisional pole, and I don't know exactly, even though we only got 1 lap, people are... Oh, I guess it also counts the laps from the connection check, but either way we got then Figo on provisional pole. Now Justin in second place, he's filling in for Stargo today with Ludwig there in third place, and as we see, oh, now Fatmi, as you can see now, Gritty in P5, but he made a huge mistake. Let's see if he can survive or not, as we see right here.
Ooh.
And looks like Ozzy will take P1 this time around, but let's see then who's going to go through and who's going to get eliminated. And as we see here, we got Hickey Boy in last place, followed in by Pito, who's filling in for RMC today. Then we got Mika to Mika with Matimar coming back here, just splitting the Lynx Racing drivers. And then you see Kalika with Straddle, then it's Piggy. And then you got Juruni today returning for RMC for this race. And then you got Colin. Oh! Yeah, I don't know how this will work, because we got 3 drivers tied for P8.
Yeah.
And it's only 9 drivers who go through here, so... Oh my god,
And
that is...
CL it was they both went through.
Yeah, so I guess 10 drivers will make it this time, if that's the case. So we go then with Kola getting through to Q2 with Fatmi and Nikhil, who all got tied. Then we see Bituku as well making it. Then we got both Full Forces here with Yoa and Ludwig. And then we see Stargo driver making it to Q2 as well with Justin. And then we see Figueroa third place with F1 Fan. And Ozzy, who supposedly didn't exactly have the pace. Maybe that's a lie. With then, so yeah, we see then Ozzy taking P1. So let's see then how things look like in Q2. Alright, so there we go then, Q2 then. We see we're gonna have 10 drivers for the first time in a Q2 section. And the main reason is simply because you got 3 drivers tied for P8, and So between P8 and P10 all drivers at the same time, and with that everyone simply made it through. So yeah, we got 10 drivers in this Q2 session. And so let's see then, looks like the sectors are not exactly perfect, because looks like people can get yellow sectors even though it's just the first lap, which yeah, it is probably a bit weird, but I guess the game still remembers the lap times from previous sessions, like the connection check and all of that. But as we see, the drivers are already on the final straight here from this first lap, and let's see now it's going to be Figo with a very amazing lap, because we got 3 purple sectors there, so he gets a 32.95, and that is definitely going to be a very difficult lap to beat. That as we see now, Fudme just making a mistake there, as we see it's like Figo really looking good. We also got Yoa in second place. He usually gets his lap a little bit later, but now we got Ludwig with the purple sector there. Let's see, can he challenge though? The second sector wasn't as good as the first one, but let's see now, this final lap is going to be very decisive here. Who's going to be able to take pole position at the Spanish Grand Prix? And it's going to be Figo who holds on as Ludwig gets 200 of a second behind. And wow, what a qualifying session we just got here. Now let's see then how will the starting grid look like for today's race. Alright, so looking then at the starting grid, we then see here Figueroa with a very good lap there, starting on pole position, with then Ludwig getting very close, but just not close enough. He's going to be starting in second place instead. Then we see his teammate Yoa starting in first, just ahead of F1 Fan. Then we got Ozzy in P5, just ahead of the Mayhems there with Colin Bituco. Then we got this freeway tie here with Fatmi Justin, and then Nikhil there. And then we see then here Juruni then in P11 with then Piggy with Straddle. Then we got Kalika, Matimar. Then we see Mika to Mika, followed by Pito. Then it's Freaky Boy. Having a lot of struggles in this qualifying so far. Let's see if things can improve then in this race. And so yeah, let's get ourselves then into the Spanish Grand Prix with 25% of rain. Alright, here we go then. Ooh, looks like it is not a wet track, but it's going to be wet very soon. Looks like we're going to have a huge rain announcement right off the bat here. And here we go then, the Spanish Grand Prix is underway as we got 10 Figueroa starting on the inside already, trying to just block Ludwig, who may try to go for an overtake as they both starting on the inters there. Then we see Yoa in third place with F1 Fan. Then maybe have a look around the outside. Yoa goes into the grass like it doesn't cause a pileup, but already just allowing for Ludwig and Figo to just get away as we see F1 Fan then up into third place. We see more crashes there. Ozzy, it is one of the drivers there with Juruni. Oh my god, now just pushing Juruni there. And then we see Justin as well, just getting pushed up the inside there. So a really reverse start there for Justin, who's definitely very promising driver there. Then we see Figo already into the lead here with Ludwig, so he's already racing alone there. Seems like
just a pack in itself. They escaped the pack because of I think Yo went deep, so that and F1 Fan hit his back, so I think that allowed them both for this to escape, and this will be an interesting race actually, because there are a lot of quick drivers that are ready to fight for the win.
Yeah, as we see now Colin having a good start here, but oh my god, now just being a huge victim of Yoa's massive ping. But as you can see, yeah, Yoa definitely did realize, and with his huge sportsmanship, he actually is going to slow down, and may not decide to give him the position, but he's at least actually losing a lot with this, because now he just ended up on this huge pack here. So we got Ozzy, Kola, Pituco and Juruni there. We also got Mika to Mika up into P10 after an amazing start there as well, as in the meantime looks like the rain has ended, but the drivers will probably do one more lap before going into the pits. I think it's still too early to pit right now, and yeah, the vast majority of drivers are on the inters.
Ludwig
Ooh, fuck me. Yeah, in the meantime we see some drivers actually going into the pits already. This could be very risky considering the 25% of frame, but in the meantime Ludwig has taken the lead, so he's definitely here to give Figueroa a fight. So let's see then. He's got yet to win a race. He's got a podium already, but to win is still yet to take. So let's see, today should be an amazing opportunity as we see Figueroa just taking back the lead now, and as we see getting already a good distance into the American, and he could already be out of that slipstream range, even though Ludwig's ping is... Oh yeah, there he goes. I think Yoa probably has nothing to lose, because even if he gets a bad result, really doesn't matter. It's not like he's fighting for a position in the standings, as he doesn't really have a main seat here. So he's gonna try and maybe today it is the day to try something like that. And as we see now, we got Ozzy down in P7, just ahead of Kola. I think he's just trying to slipstream him. Then we see Vituko, followed by Jruni. But yeah, then we also got F1 Fan now batting Matimar, who stood out on the Inters. And he's actually going to continue to stay out there. So a very interesting choice from the Polish driver, as we see Figo just behind Ludwig, yes, about to catch up to Yo. And I wonder though if Yo is going to go for some team tactics here and put Figo in a 1v2 situation. As we see, Figo wants to already get past Ludwig before they catch Yoa.
Yeah, I think Yoa will do some team tactics just to give Ludwig a chance to win, which is smart, of course. But now he passes Yoa. Yoa still probably he backs out. Ludwig around the outside. Figo stays the inside, but Ludwig does take the place. This is has been an interesting race, to be fair. I did not expect this at all.
It's for sure to see with an amazing pass there. Looks like Yoa couldn't really do much to help his teammate today. And I think having Figo in front of Ludwig before catching the South African was definitely a very crucial thing there. Because otherwise there could be a chance of Ludwig being allowed to pass Yoa, then Yoa just blocking Figo and lets Ludwig get away there. But either way, we see now F1 Fan now into P4, just catching Yoa there for third place very soon. In the meantime, we still see Figo just behind Ludwig, and yeah, now I'm noticing I'm very zoomed in. I need to zoom out a little bit here.
Ozzy has a slipstream of Fan to me, and he's going for the overtake already. Tommy does not fight it. Tommy just lets him through because I think he knows that Ozzy is quite an aggressive driver. So yeah, you're into the pits after 9 laps of liters.
We got the clouds. Got some clouds coming in here. And now that I'm seeing Call is in P6. Oh, what did you saw?
You got just in front of the death pack, it feels like.
Oh yeah, I can see.
He was really close to that whole pack. They were all like together. But yeah, I think you were safe. He escaped it.
Yeah, that is for sure. There seems to be a huge pack here with a bit of Lynx Racing sandwich. Maybe not exactly that, but yeah, we got here Mika to Mika just ahead of Pito and Piggy, who are going right now side by side. And speaking of side by side, we also see the same in the battle for the lead with Ludwig on the inside there. Figo has to back off there. In the meantime, we see Van Ven then up into third place after Yoa went into the pits, as we also got Ozzy just trying to catch the LSA driver with another LSA driver right behind him. So he's on this LSA sandwich. In the meantime, Figo takes the inside. He goes for the lead. Yeah, Van Ven just beating there. But in the meantime, Figo has just took back the lead as he is on the medium tires. And maybe right now we could start to see then the crossover happening here, with the medium starting to get better than the softs. But yeah, Ozzy though, he definitely had a bad start, but he started to recover. But let's see what can he do till the end of this race. Can he still catch up to the top 2 or not? Because we already know it's gonna be a nearly impossible task, considering the drivers that are ahead here.
Both the LSA drivers undercut Ozzy, so it will be interesting to see how far behind he will end up.
Yeah, and you can already see here F1 Van getting quite the undercut on Fundme, who just came out of the pits here. And yeah, in the meantime we see Yoa with an interesting strategy as well on the hard tires. He tried to extend on the Inters.
Ludwig lost Figo.
Oh yeah, that is not good for him.
Oh my god!
And it's right when you have rain, and now the LSAs will get absolutely screwed up here. I mean, not exactly
P3.
Yeah, but it is though light rain, so this rain could immediately disappear. So we have to see if this rain will stay or not, because that would also shake up a lot of things here. We see, for instance, F1 Fan and Yo are just betting on that. Also, the weather marker was quite far on the sun side, so it's gonna take a while until it gets into the rain. But now there you go. Then they're gonna have some corners in this rain, but as you can see, looks like this rain is here to stay. But now the drivers who stayed out now have a chance to go for the wets and potentially have an advantage if they feel like it's going to be worth it. Because yeah, obviously the Inters, they always give you that sort of comfort once the rain ends and the track dries up. Usually the Inters are a lot better than the wets. But as we see now, we got the rain slowing down a bit, but still, either the Inters or wets, it is the way to go here. If you are on the slicks, you absolutely have no grip and no pace whatsoever. But in the meantime, we see them call us still there in P7.
Oh,
And I missed.
Ozzy goes really deep. I think he messed up the turn. He was into the grass for like 3 seconds.
Oh, so yeah, we're starting to see the top three separated by quite some huge gaps here. We got Figo with the lead now, almost 2 seconds or 2 seconds ahead of Ludwig, depending where they are on the track. Then we also see Ozzy 3 seconds behind Ludwig. So yeah, then we got here our first battle, Yoa, who's now definitely gaining, I'd say. I think staying out on Inters after that first rain was perhaps a good idea, because that allowed him to just save one pit stop, and now he finds himself batting F1 fan. That is now then in P5. But yeah, the LSAs obviously did lost, but it could have definitely been a lot worse. They could, for instance, be both out of the top 10 because of this rain, but essentially just lost the battle against Ozzy in the end of the day. So yeah, Ozzy probably did a good thing by staying out, and now that allows him to stay in third and potentially catch Ludwig. So for now on, I think for the top 3 is definitely going to be a bit of a pace battle, and who knows, maybe a bit of a gamble type of race with this rain. As you can see, it's already appeared quite a few times here in this race.
Ludwig is not getting gapped by Figo, so Ludwig is actually well, he was quicker last lap.
Yeah, he did got closer, I just saw there. And at least by a tenth, I believe. But in the meantime, we also see Yo and the Fun Fan. But yeah, we also got some battles here in the midfield. We got Justin, who had a bit of a rough start here, currently down in P12. And yeah, considering that I think he finished second in Q1, there's a lot of potential for his pace here. So he needs to be able to battle these guys and be able to make his way up there. But yeah, currently in P13, just ahead of Piggy. He's now going to try and make an overtake on him. And of course, the Inters right now are definitely better than the Wets, as the rain is already ended, and I think they're only going to stay out just one more lap. And then they're going to change into the slicks once again. As we see Figo. Ooh, Ludwig beating though.
Oh, so is Ozzy.
Yeah, so Figo would be risking things a little bit here. I believe he can still stay on the lead here. He has the Inters and he only needs to do half a lap. But yeah, let's see. He might lose some gap, but still remain in the lead, and then he can have better tires and extend that gap. So let's see then Figueroa goes into the pits. We see Ludwig now just making that final hairpin. And now into the final corner on the main straight, he's already there, but I think Figueroa will come out in the pits ahead. And he's not going to lose all that much time. So there he goes in. Yeah, obviously he did lose some time to Ludwig, but he still has the lead, which I think is what it matters the most. And yeah, now on better tires, you can definitely get away here. So nicely controlled race from Figo. And in the meantime, we see F1 Fan and Yoa going side by side, but F1 Fan ends up backing off there, so Yoa remains in front. In the meantime, we have this freeway battle with Pito, Nikhil, and Kalitka there. All driving for 3 different teams, so let's see here. We got Nikhil just behind the RMC driver. And I believe it's the first time racing in UL in this season at least. As we see Kalitka now just going up the inside of the Italian. But he cannot get the move done there. You see Luke Kernion now going up the inside now into turn 1. Can he make the move now? Ooh, but he goes too deep in the meantime. We also got more battles at the front. We see, Martimer and Giuruni. That is always an interesting combo. In the meantime, we see Justin already making his way into the top 10. He's going to have Strudel, who's definitely doing an amazing race here in P9. Just ahead of him is going to be then B2 Quincola. So yeah, Mayhem Racing here with the double top 8. Doing an amazing job here today. As we got Yoa. Looks like he's now behind the Romanian driver there. In the battle for P4. And
Tommy kind of in a land of himself.
Yeah, in a bit of no man's land here. And a lot of drivers are starting to find themselves on that type of situation as well. In the meantime, looks like Figo just managed to gain 3 tons on Ludwig, so yeah, things really started to look complicated for the American, as we see Ozzy in 3rd place, also not looking to have the pace, at least compared to the top 2, I feel like. As then we see F1 Fan there, just ahead of Yoa. Then we got Fantme once again completely alone, same with Kala. Then we got Pituco just behind. As we got then Justin, Justin getting very close to Straddle. He has the soft tires. And I believe that on a track like this is gonna play a huge part. So let's see then. What can, where is Justin from? I have no idea which country he's from. But the other way we also got here a little Ricard train, as we see Matti Marges leading his teammate Piggy. As they're both just trying to catch Jureri. In the meantime, we got more rain coming in, which is probably not going to affect things all that much. As, yeah, we didn't got anyone pitting recently, but yeah, now everyone is going into the pits here. When it's full rain, it's very easy to just pit rather than trying to gamble and stay out. And is there anything you saw there?
Eagle got hit with the rain on the worst part of the track and he went deep. So did Ozzy in the exact same corner. Ludwig survived it, but yeah, both the one times got screwed up in that corner.
Yeah, can definitely see here. Ludwig definitely getting closer, and now the playing field is definitely level now, at least with the tires, as they both pitted at the same time. And now Ludwig could have a chance here. Let's see. But yeah, the moment where the rain decides to show up, it can really be decisive, because if you're just doing a turn, if you're in the middle of a corner and the rain just appears there, you just lose all of that grip midway through the corner and you just get launched.
Yeah, you can see how much time Ozzy lost, because F1 Fan and you are right up his slip.
Ooh.
This will be a 5 for P3, I reckon.
Yeah, there he goes in F1 Fan, right on the tail of Ozzy. Ozzy's gonna try to defend, but F1 Fan does not care. He takes this side either way. And now there he goes in, F1 Fan takes 3rd place, but Ozzy's still right behind the Romanian driver. He's gonna take the inside already. And now I think he's gonna retake that position. In the meantime, we see Yoa just trying to survive here as well. And so far he's just staying behind there. Not much that he can do, I believe. But yeah, though he does have the wet tires, he could have the advantage on those tires, but as we see now, F1 Fan and Oz is still going side by side once again. But seems like
Figo and Ludwig are literally the same pace. It's so fun to watch.
Yeah, they're very close. I saw only 100 of a second apart, but in the meantime, we see Ozzy and F1 Fan still biting the ground, or maybe things have calmed down just a bit here. Because F1 Fan did pit, I believe, a lap earlier. So, so with that, Ozzy is gonna have a bit of a tire advantage there, but yeah, I think right now they're just slipstreaming each other. In the meantime, we see Justin already in 2P8, so he's making up those positions in the end. So that is definitely amazing to see. We see Pituco just behind Justin, and yeah, this rain has already ended.
Yeah,
But
I think
believe
Ludwig made a mistake last lap because he lost 4 tenths to Figo.
Yeah, I can definitely tell the difference when it comes to the consistency of these drivers. Figo is always very consistent there at the front, and yeah, really giving no chance to Ludwig, even though he's not really all that far behind. But as we see then, Ozzy still in 3rd. Maybe a F1 Fan is not on his slipstream. It is possible they already lost it. And in the meantime, we see now the drivers then coming into the pits now. And yeah, I believe many of them are probably looking to pit one more time. After leaving the pits here, was as you see a bit of a crash there with Nikhil. As Justin was just leaving the pits there into turn 1, they went for a bit of like rockets. And Nikhil just got lunch on the outside of turn 1.
Staying out.
Ooh. Oh yeah, there he goes. Ludwig's gonna go for that gamble. And it's a high risk, high reward type of gamble there. So let's see if this is going to pay off. Because on the very least, he could potentially save a pit stop here. If he stays out long enough to then just switch to the hards and not have to pit again. I wonder if that could be a viable strategy. But obviously at this point, Figo is going to be catching him at a very fast rate. Because those winters are a bit wear out there. So let's see then Figo. Right now just 2 seconds behind the American. So let's see now. Ludwig then still in the lead. He's gonna have to drive at his best. Same for Figo here. And yeah, obviously Ludwig would love to see the rain coming in, but no, he's gonna pit already.
Ah, he messed up the
Oh, but he goes for the hard, so yeah, he's gonna go for it. If the rain does not show up, he looks like the American no longer needs to pit anymore in this race.
Figo does.
Yeah, that's the main thing here. But Figo, for now, should still have that advantage on the tires, so he can make a bit of a gap, and perhaps I guess his target right now is going to be to pit and still be ahead of Ludwig here if he can do that. So let's see if that's going to be possible or not. It's going to be a bit of a pace battle right now between those two. In the meantime, we see Von Fern back into third place with Ozzy in P4. Yoa just behind, but I think Ozzy wants to take back that podium position. So there he goes, and Ozzy back into third place. Von Fern then in P4. In the meantime, we got a bit of a real freeway battle here with Pituco, Straddle, and Justin. It is a battle for P8 here. Now there goes Justin up the inside of Straddle there. The Czech driver not doing much to defend, as we see now the clouds coming in. And so yeah, as we see then Justin, now just going into the grass. Straddle makes the move there. We see Bituco's just ahead, just watching all of it, perhaps a bit nervous because the driver could just potentially punt him, but in the meantime looks like Justin went off. And now he's losing contact here. As we see now Straddle going around the outside of Pituco. As they continue to go at it, look at this now. As they go then into the main straight, Pituco has the inside. And he's able to defend there as we see, but maybe goes way too deep. That Straddle comes back, Justin as well. And oh my god, look at these battles, they just continue to battle each other here. This is also allowing for Zuruni to catch up to these drivers. As, yeah, Justin now just behind Straddle. As we see these two then. Okay, Justin can't really find a way past. Now see, I think Straddle is going to stay behind the Spaniard who's on his home race today. In the meantime, we see some drivers pitting now.
Figo's in the pits.
Yeah, Figo. So there he goes. Ooh, Figo into the mediums. Ludwig is right there, and Ludwig takes the lead then. And so we got the battle for the win. Obviously, Figo's gonna have a huge advantage when it comes to the tires here. But Ludwig, as long as he can stay on Figueira's slipstream, he should have a chance because we got a very, very long straight at the end, and so whoever is behind could just take advantage of the slipstream. But as we see then, Figo already catching up to the American, as we are already on the final stint of this race. But now that he goes, Figo, he's not gonna waste any time. Ludwig tries to defend, but I don't think there's much that he can do. And now there he goes, and Figo back into the lead here, back into the position that he's mostly comfortable with. Now as we see, oh my god, is he already running away? No, I believe he may have done a mistake there. Also, Ludwig has that higher ping, so in order for Figo to get away from Ludwig, he's gonna have to be at a bigger distance on his screen. So as we see then, Figo with the lead, Ludwig just trying to stay with him. In the meantime, we see Von Fern back into third place with Ozzy there in P4. As we see, oh my, what the hell was that? I think there was something with the ghosting there. Because was... Oh my... Yeah, I think Ricky Boy was actually pitting, but for some reason he appeared still on the
If rain
track.
comes now.
Oh my god, but that was a very weird incident there with Ozzy. Because I think he got hit by Ricky Boy's car somehow. Like, I don't know, it was really just bizarre what happened there. It really makes no sense. In the meantime, I think that was Figo off the track there.
Yeah, Ludwig with a dive bomb that just did not really, just a really dangerous dive bomb. And then, yeah, Figo just got pushed off.
So, potential report there, even though we didn't saw anything. But now Figo makes a huge mistake. Ludwig gets back the lead. And I may have a bit of a distance, but I'm pretty sure Figo will be back in no time. And there he goes. I think he's already on that stream. But I think he's not going for the move on this, in this first turn at least. But maybe now he's gonna try and go for that overtake. Ludwig goes defensive though. However, we got some lap drivers who appear ghosted, but sometimes the collisions are a bit weird on the spectator view. But as you see now, Figueroa goes around the outside of the American. That's definitely an amazing move, and now he's gonna have the inside. And now he takes back that lead as we see Ludwig once again just trying to stay and keep up with the Portuguese-Japanese driver. As we see, yeah, there he goes Ludwig. He's gonna give Figo that pressure as he goes up the inside once again. Can Figo keep it around the outside? And this time looks like they're going clean here as they go still side by side. But now it is Figo with the inside. And he's the one then with the lead here. So what an amazing battle that we are seeing for the race win here today. As we see, once they cross the line, it's going to be 2 laps to go here. So let's see, we got Ludwig just stay behind Figo. And I think this is, yeah, the biggest battle happening right now. As we only have...
Around the outside.
Yeah, as we see if he...
Sticks
Oh,
to the
oh my god, he...
No clue how he didn't push him off there.
He had definitely a lot of skill and precision among these drivers in order to battle as clean as possible, while going very hard with each other here, as we see now Ludwig.
The trailers.
Yeah, but in the meantime, we are approaching the final lap, and now this could be it. There he goes. I think Figo suddenly just getting away from Ludwig, and Ludwig just seeing his potential first win getting away from him, as we see now final lap starting here. Figo has a distance on the American. So I think this is once again going to go the way of Figo. But damn, what a battle that we are seeing right here. As we still see then Figo in the lead. Then we got Ludwig there in second, but he makes another mistake, and this is pretty much over. And it seems like whatever he tried to throw on Figo is always going to come back on top as he crosses the line to win the Spanish Grand Prix. And then it's going to be Ludwig, very gutted there in second place. As we then see a fun fan with another podium here. There he goes. Even as a reserve driver, he's still going to be up there with then Ozzy taking only P4. That's going to be a very frustrating race, that is for sure. But you got Kiowa, then we see then the others then finishing their races. We still got this battle though for P8. We got Justin, Bituko, Straddle, and Matimar, and even Juruni, all very close to each other. And look at this now, looks like Bituko is gonna take it in the end, so level top 8 for the Mayhem Racing. As we see then, I think Nikhil, yeah, there's Kalika, and we only have then Ricky Boy and Mika Tamika, but with some people leaving right after. I guess some people didn't got the chance to win their races, but either way, looking back into this race results, we got 10 Figueira with the race win, and it is Ludwig taking second, and we then see F1 Fan quite far behind there in third place, and you got Ozzy in P4 today, then you see Yoa with the top 5 finish with 10 Fat in P6, then you got the Mayhem Racings there, Kola with 10 P2 who just managed to take P8 right at the end, with then Justin and then Straddle there in P10. Then we got Matimar there in P11 followed by Juruni, then we got Piggy with Pito, then it's Nico, Kalika, then we got Ricky Boy and Mika Tamika. So I believe this is the first race of the season with no DNF, so all 18 drivers managed to complete today's race, and So yeah, before we go into the post-race interviews, I'd like to ask Flix, what do you make of this race?
Uh, it was a race that I didn't expect. Oh well, I did expect. It's a thing. Wow. Yeah, great pace from both Figo and Ludwig. Ludwig almost, you know, fighting for that first win, but then of course the tires kind of died on him, so he just missed out on that. It's just quite annoying for him, but I mean, in my eyes, that would be a really good race for me if I was in.
So yeah, so I guess continue with the role of just interviewing like three drivers, but I think I'm gonna go with four today. So either way, or maybe I think three drivers. So I'm gonna go with Figo, Ludwig, and then Justin actually because it was I think this his debut today. Um, so yeah, so I'm gonna start in with P1 Figo. Amazing battle there with Ludwig, that is for sure. I really you guys want to take Ludwig into your team potentially in the future, but yeah, what do you make of this race in the end?
I that was a good one. That was really exciting. But I was happy to obviously just had a few issues and stuff in the races, like before the race and in the race, but we managed to do it, and it's kind of nerve wracking. Yeah, Ludwig was just fast today, wasn't he? He was matching my times at times. He was matching my pace at times, and yeah, his strat just caught me off guard. I thought I would have such an advantage at the end, but I think I played it too. What do you call it? I played on the mediums too early. I think I should have waited longer because I had like a 6 second advantage. So that's a thing to learn for me. But yeah, that was a good one. Like yeah, and Paul as well. This guy is just crazy, bro. He's right behind me. He was really scary, but it was a really fun fight as well. I was trying to get him off my tail, and he just wouldn't go. Yeah, it was a fun one. I'm happy with that.
All right, nice to hear. We then move on with Ludwig, and yeah, what a race you had today. Not the race win, but Defty you did give Figo a good run for his money. So yeah, what do you feel about today's performance?
Yeah, it was a very fun race. I think it's my best result ever, and it was also just my best race ever. I felt very solid and consistent. Yeah, like right on pace with Figo. We had a nice battle at the start, and then I was just chasing him the whole way. But that gap was always about like 1, 2 seconds, and I guess I just ran out of grip right at the very end. But overall, it was a very fun race.
All right, nice to hear. And then we move on to our final interview. Then, as we're gonna go then with Justin, I believe. Uh, I believe we usually speak in VCs this recently, I believe, but yeah, either way, you got I believe your debut in UL and yeah, I think it's no surprise that you're definitely seen as a star of the future here. So yeah, are you looking forward for future races and to probably sign a main contract for next season in UL?
Yeah, yeah. I'm. I just want to do as many races if there's a place and if there's a main seat open for next season, I would like that.
Well, I have no doubts that there's probably going to be a lot of teams behind you but either way, so yeah, nice debut there in P8. Definitely a good result there on the first race. Actually
Thanks.
P9, but yeah, either
P9.
way, it is top 10 finish in the end. So yeah,
Yeah.
okay, so I believe that's it. We're racing Jurani's Jarama today, and next week we're gonna be racing in Chernobyl for a fictional track in Ukraine, made by Hernandez. So you'll see you there until the next time, and goodbye.